These 3 rackets are phenomenal. They are the best rackets in the 98 department in terms of spin combined with control. And today I have prepared an epic battle between the Yonex VCORE 98, Head Extreme Tour and the Babolat Pure Aero 98. We will go through each of those 5 categories and in the end I will crown my winner. So without further ado, ladies and gents, let's go into this video. We start our battle in the power category. Spin will be the last category, so stick around for that. While pretty much every racket is decently powerful, in my playtest in reviews I thought that the Pure Aero 98 was the least powerful of the bunch. The balance and the 16x20 string pattern made it less powerful than the other 2 rackets. This racket is pretty head light and therefore you can swing it fast if you have the proper technique to do so. It was definitely easier for me on the grounds to generate power, but I had a hard time on the serve. Also, the second place is not really close to the number 1. The VCORE 98 with the low stiffness and the also more headlight balance brings it pretty close to the Aero 98. But I think the head shape, which helps to move the sweet spot a bit further up, you get more power as well. The launch effect was real, but not too much. It was kind of in the right sweet spot for me. Also on the serve, generating power was easier than with the Aero 98. And the most powerful racket of the 3 is the Extreme Tour. The beam thickness and the relative open string pattern of 16x19 makes it a little more powerful than the other 2. Especially was this noticeable on the serve. I struggled to keep the serve inside the service box and always went flying too much. On the grounds it was pretty easy to generate power and to hit astonishing winners. Loved it on the forehand, but it was very close between those 3. This category wins the Extreme Tour. In terms of feel, there's a clear winner for me, not the racket which you suspect maybe. First things first, every racket of those 3 gives good feedback and you get nice hitting sensation when you're going for drop shots or everything required with touch. But the Extreme Tour is the worst in feel and control. Pretty close though. The racket is feeling more stiff, which is fine, but you're really not getting the best feedback of the racket. Drop shots were not so good, and also again, especially on the serve, it was really bad. But more on that in the next category. The Aero 98 is a little better in that regard. If you hit it in the sweet spot, you have fantastic ball pocketing and get fantastic feedback. In my playtests, even though I hit worse drop shots than with any other racket I have tested, the feel was way better. And especially on the ground strokes, the feeling sensation was amazing when hitting in the center of the string bed. But outside the racket, feels pretty stiff, which the VCORE 98 did not. The feel of the VCORE 98 is outstanding. The feedback you get when hitting in the sweet spot is outstanding. And by the way, the sweet spot is bigger on this 98. Furthermore, the low stiffness and thin beam really makes this racket fantastic for feel. In my review, hit some insanely good drop shots. The only thing I did not get my head around was the weird flexing on my backhand, but maybe that is just me again. This is maybe the worst category for all 3 rackets. All 3 are lacking in stability, especially on the serve and while defending. Stability can be corrected with some lead, which I would add to every of those rackets. So the worst has to be the Extreme Tour. It was one of the worst racket for serving and even more on the first flat serve. This was one of the worst experience for my serving in my full year of YouTube. On the ground strokes it was fine as long as I were not attacking massively or had to defend against fast coming shots. The Aero 98 is on the second place again, also because of the serve performance. While the kick serve was the best trade, which I will discuss more in the spin category later, the first serve was pretty bad. The stability on the grounds was very good, maybe even great. I would need to add some lead to make it more stable on the serve as well. The VCORE 98 was the best on the serve and a little behind the Aero on the grounds. I served pretty hard first serves with the VCORE and the flat serve was almost the best serve of the racket. On the grounds again, except the weirdly flex the racket has, it did a great job. It felt solid during impact on most shots, even while defending, and especially good while attacking. Definitely solid here, and that is why the VCORE 98 also wins the stability category. Now let's talk about a very important category. Comfort is important and was taken very seriously by the companies making tennis rackets in the last decade. In the last couple of years, more and more comfortable rackets were made, and there is one brand where almost every racket in the line is pretty unfriendly. This brand also wins this category. So I think all three rackets are pretty comfortable, but one sticks out and the other two are pretty similar. The Head Extreme Tour and the Babolat Pure Aero 98 are pretty even, and so the tie on a second place. The Tour feels a little crisper and harder to move around compared to the other two. The Aero 98 has the higher stiffness rating, and you can feel that especially when not hit cleanly. I would say overall this is too close for both tennis rackets to be separated from each other. I have teased it a little in the beginning. Yonex is king of comfortable rackets of the big brands. Every racket except maybe the Ease on Tour is pretty much unfriendly with low stiffness, big sweet spot, easy to use and good forgiveness. The VCORE 98 is no different. The low stiffness rating, the vibration dampening mesh and the more forgiving head size give this racket the perfect combination for a very comfortable racket. I feel might be a little bit muted. So, the category you have all been waiting for. Topspin, and in this category was not really easy as you might think. And this category is the reason I wanted to make this video. They are all fantastic spin rackets for 98s. And keep in mind, while I talk about this category, these are very nuanced details. So, the least spin friendly racket in my opinion is the VCORE 98. The more open string pattern of the 16x19 string bed and the oil infused grommets at 6 and 12 o'clock and also the head shape really help increasing the string snapback and the string movement to make this a fantastic spin friendly racket. It is maybe not as good as the winner, but certainly very good. The Pure Aero 98 comes just short to our winner. The Aero 98 has the 16x19 spring pattern, which not really helps compared to the 16x19 of the other two. But the aerodynamic design, what makes this one an aero, really helps to move this racket fast, generate a lot of racket head speed, so you can generate a lot of topspin. It is an aero at the end of the day, which makes it a very spin friendly racket. The Extreme Tour is the winner. But why is that? Mainly because this racket has pretty wide open spin grommets, which allows for more string movement and snapback, amplifying the spin potential. It is also aerodynamically designed, maybe not as much as the Aero, but still, and also the open 16x19 string pattern helped me to get a lot of spin on my shots. Especially the kick serve was insane. So this category wins the Head Extreme Tour. It was definitely a very close battle and I was not sure which racket I would give the edge here. But after challenging my inner monkey and rewatching my highlights, this is my conclusion. The winner of this racket battle for me is the Yonex VCORE 98. It has the perfect combination between control, spin and stability, as well as great feel and comfort. The other two rackets are certainly great rackets as well. And if you have enjoyed this racket battle, be sure to watch this one next.